Hi, Linda Miracle, and we're going to begin to explore the healing sound for the spleen. And the spleen is injured and affected by worry. The feeling of worry is a knotting of energy in the solar plexus. I can even kind of do that, like, oh, what am I going to do if I can't get back to work soon? It's that type of sensation. Spleen is responsible to grab the energy from the food that we eat. And it is the beginning of a process called the transformation of chi, how energy comes in and is processed by the body. And one level of that is by the foods that we eat. So when this nodding sensation is occurring, it can injure that. So we could be eating the most wonderful, wonderful, homegrown, organic, beautiful foods, but if spleen isn't functioning, we're not getting the value of that. So spleen is a big, big, big player in our everyday energy. On the level of personality, the the spleen is the earth element. It is called the E. It's I kind of, but pronounced E. That is really my sense of I am not, my sense of ego. It's basically formed from sensations that come into me from the moment my five senses begin to register and how they feel to me, how they land with me. So things fall into one of three categories: like, don't care. One of three places. I either like it, I don't like it, or I didn't even register it. And I begin to form a sense of separateness, a sense of individuality, a relation to myself and the rest of the world around me. It's so I begin, as I grow a little older, begin to use phrases like I don't like, I want, I don't want, I am, you are. It gives me a sense of separateness. In a conventional reality, a sense of separateness is a good thing. It definitely is. It helps me define myself and who I am. Yeah, I love to go for walks. No, I don't. I don't like to swim. It's how I define myself, separate from other people, and give myself a Linda-ness. What can happen is it's not mentioned in the Buddhist Tibetan Buddhist, five element associations, or the Taoist five element associations. Worry is the emotion that is the predominant one that injures in the earth element. When things are not in balance, it occurs. But I say the bed of that is shame. And shame is something that I don't know why it's never mentioned in those places. So I'm putting it in the earth element. And I'm putting it underneath of that worry. Shame is something that it separates. It even separates itself from the other parts of us. Parts of us that feel shame, believe that we are flawed, aren't even connected to other parts of us, let alone the world around us and other people. And that sense of worry arises because there's no relationship to the world around us. We're not supported by anyone. We're not supported by anything. People that carry a lot of shame have a difficulty accepting even spiritual beliefs. They're not going to be saved or connected to anything. The shame carries a nature of separation. It separates us from the part of us that carries the shame, separates us from ourselves, and it separates us from what is beyond ourselves, our true connection to what lies in all of creation. And so, certainly, a sense of being not nurtured, not supported, and worrying arising from that is profound. So, the healing sound for the earth element is, and that worry, again, I'm going to stress that when we're experiencing imbalance in an element, a lot of worry, and we have that feeling, that body sensation of that knotting, these are trailheads. These are opportunities to sit down, breathe in. Where am I feeling this on my body? Feeling it here. What does it feel like? Feels like a knotty sensation. Breathe some space. One of the things, if we can get just a little bit of space between the part of us that carries that worry, that sense of I am not supported, that sense of separation, if we can get just a teeny little bit of space, we can begin to start exploring what beliefs that part carries. What is it afraid would happen if it didn't worry? But that requires space. Up until that point, it's what we call blended. So the healing sound is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful way to just get that teeny little bit of space between, for myself, oh my God, the sky is falling, the coronavirus hit, I shut my business, I've had my place in Havertown here 14 years, is all going to go away, everything's going to be gone. And that feels very real. It feels very, we call that blended. It's in charge. Breathing space, getting just a crack, and letting that sense of me that's underneath of all these parts be able to sit with and connect with this part that is feeling afraid, worried. No one's going to take care of me. My business is going to go away. And can sit with it. What are other times you felt like this? That just beginning to create a relationship from the heart, an open-hearted curiosity. If there's an agenda, I want this worry to go away, I don't like this part of me, then that's another part. Breathe space. What we're looking for is just a crack in the space internally to get some of that part of us, in IFS language called self-energy, meaning what is underneath of all the parts. If we can just be present in that, just enough for a crack of it to get through, we can heal whatever beliefs underlie that worry. So the healing sound is a wonderful way to quiet in each of these things we've explored, in each of the feelings, is a wonderful way to quiet that feeling, create the space, just the crack, to begin to explore what that part of us needs from us to be supported. So let's explore the healing sound for the spleen and for this worry and for this sense of no one, nothing is there that's going to help me or support me. That's not a great place to be in. It's a scary place. So the points we're going to use is the ring finger and thumb. Take a deep breath into the spleen. That's on the left side. The color is yellow because it's associated with the earth element. And the sound for this is kind of strange. It's a very guttural sound, and I'll demonstrate one. Connect with my spleen here. Kind of sounds like worry to me, at least, anyway. So, creepy as that was, let's take a few breaths. Connect with the spleen. Connect with any worry you might have. And right now, during this coronavirus thing, we have so much worry. So many directions of worry. And deep breath in. Come back to the breath now. Check in with where you felt that worry. Check if there's a little space there now. Connect with your heart. Find an open-hearted curiosity. And invite the part of you that carries worry to tell you about itself. Times it's worried before. Maybe the first time it felt worry. What does it feel like to be worried all the time? What is it afraid would happen if it didn't worry? Get to know it. And then what I say to these parts of myself from my heart is, I feel you, I love you, and it's really going to be okay. So that's the spleen and worry. Our next video is where we're going to tie all of these healing sounds together. It'll be a nice session of doing just the healing sounds. So until then, stay well, stay happy, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.